Well, it's the final day, day 5 of this DAFA News presents KFC Pakistan versus England Test match, and we're here live from the cricket stadium. Well, we've got an interesting day's play which awaits you because of this equation that we have here with Pakistan 80 for 2. They need 263 runs to win, whereas England will be aiming for those 8 wickets. Welcome to the Inverex Solar Energy Pitch Side Show. Well, there's a lot to play for both the sides. We're in day 5 and anything could happen. You're looking at that first session. It's going to be equally important for both sides. Pakistan will, of course, be looking to hang in there and get a few runs. Whereas if you look at England, they'll be looking to get some wickets. I've got with me David Kaur and Waqar Yunus. David, we're going to talk about how today is going to proceed a little bit later. But just on yesterday, there's been a lot of talk around that declaration by Ben Stokes. I mean, look at all the captains around the world. How many captains do you know who would actually take that call that we saw? It was rather brave from him.
One. I think good morning, Robin. It took us all by surprise. I think we were sitting here at tea time yesterday and thinking, well, as we know, the lead was then 343, and thinking, well, but just a few more overs. They wanted to bowl yesterday. If you're going to win a game like this, and England made it very clear days ago that they were going to try and do everything possible to win this game, you need time to bowl a side out on a pitch like this. But then what followed was interesting, because that short ball attack with the new ball, Jimmy Anderson, the leading wicket taker in English history by some distance. Have a rest, Jim. Just you wait there. Robinson and Stokes tried the short ball attack. Now, the combination of the two things, the early declaration and that set of tactics with the new ball, suddenly just turned the balance.
When talking about tactics, the short ball tactics obviously worked against Pakistan. It's an area where Pakistan has struggled in the past as well, Waqar. But, I mean, really smart from Ben Stokes. Overall, if you look at his captaincy, it's very clear that they went into that dressing room, got their plans right, and then executed them when they came out.
Yeah, I think it surprised everyone. First the declaration and then the tactics they came out with. Nobody expected that. We all thought that Anderson is going to take a new ball and he's going to look to swing it, and with different tactics. And I was just out there with Brendan McCullum, and he said the game is not going to be played out there. It's going to be played up here. So I think that's a smart thing. And and they picked up 2 big wickets. Babar's gone already in the heart. So big pressure on both sides, I would say. 263 is not such a total where you can say, it's not chaseable. It's very much chaseable. But can Pakistan sort of hang in the first session, as you said, it's going to be very, very important. I don't think Pakistan will be looking to score too many runs in the first session, but if they don't lose too many wickets, I think Pakistan will stand a good chance.
Well, we're talking about tactics and how Pakistan should approach this game, because it's very crucial, that first session. Let's hear from the experts on what they have to say.
Expert advice brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Right, David and Waqar are the experts today. David, from a Pakistan angle, how should they be approaching this? Is it a case of blocking it out? Is it a case of really going after for runs? I mean, if you were in that camp, what would be your message to the Pakistan team?
To be honest, something in between. Because if you're just blocking out, it gives the bowling side complete control of the situation. So they can bring men up into funky positions, put pressure on batsmen. If you're entertaining an attempt to win the game yourself as Pakistan, the one thing you need to do is just keep things ticking. So you don't need to go onto the sort of overt attack system. You just need to say, right, there are always going to be opportunities to score. Take them. So try and be, it's the age-old mantra, be positive. Look for the runs, because then that keeps a bit of pressure back on the bowling side. But my guess is that England, having tried what they did yesterday with the brand new ball, might have a little go with that sort of tactic again, because it's just one of those things on a 5th day pitch where if you're not certain about the bounce of the short ball, it just puts batsmen into a slightly tricky position. If they can trust the bounce, absolutely, they can work out whether to play shots, whether to bend, it's a slightly different ball game.
Well, the good news for Pakistan fans is at least that Azhar Ali is fit to bat. I mean, that was extremely important. They were a man down literally yesterday, but it was just a bruise in the end, Makar. But I mean, having him obviously is a relief for Pakistan fans that he can actually come out there and bat.
Yes, so much experience, Azhar Ali, and Pakistan needed him yesterday because I didn't think Babar was mentally ready to walk in at the time when this injury came around. So I think it will be very good. It will be very comfortable for the dressing room that Azhar can bat. It's not a big deal. It's just a little bruise. The finger is a little blue. So I think he will be very, very important for Pakistan because he knows how to bat long and score runs. He's done it in the previously also, especially I remember when he batted in I think that was Sharjah against Sri Lanka. Pakistan scored 300 plus runs after lunch. So and he played quite aggressively, got 100. So his inclusion back in the batting lineup, I think that will really comfort Pakistan.
Yeah, you heard from the experts. Inclusion of Azhar Ali is going to only strengthen the Pakistan side.
Expert advice brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Well, Azhar Ali is back in that Pakistan side. England, of course, will be looking for those 8 wickets to win a historic first test match here in the Pakistan versus England series, and we'll be seeing you guys just shortly. Back with the Inverex Solar Energy pitch side show. Well, we've seen that the pitch hasn't really changed in the last few days, and we've got Bazid Khan once again doing the pitch report.
Pitch report brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Fifth day of a test match, and normally you look down at the pitch and think there's something to work with. There'll be cracks, it'll sort of open up, the ball will misbehave of those sort of developments on the pitch. There's one here which I think is about what you look at 2 days into a test match. This one slightly fuller. This is quite close to the batsman, so I don't think you can work with this at all because it's so full. Now England with their tactics went to the short ball in this second innings and made sure that there was nothing up to the batsman, especially with the new ball, a bit more pace and a bit more bounce, a bit more carry through, and the percentage of them bowling short was extreme, so they took the pitch out of picture. So a bowler like Jimmy Anderson, who is supreme with the new ball, swinging it up front, he too went short. So that's how England reverted to those tactics. The only thing that I can definitely say, if it was the 5th day and you were chasing 263, this is probably the only pitch in the world I would like to bat on.
Pitch report brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Well, 97% of the balls were short balls. I mean, Vakar, how does Pakistan tackle the short ball then?
They struggled yesterday. That tactics really worked for England. They picked up 2 wickets and they also hit Azhar on the finger. He went out. So that worked yesterday. I'm not sure if it's going to work that much today. The bowlers are tired. Don't forget they've been in the field, or they bowled for 150 plus overs in the first inning. So there's not going to be much of an energy there. So early on, they're going to come probably with the same tactics as David was mentioning. So they're going to come hard. They'll look to bowl short ball. And I think if Pakistani batsmen are patient and they just survive that spell, I think things will become a little easier.
Well, Pakistan has had some successful chases in the past, David. When you look at the kind of records that they've got in that second innings, it's not the first time that they will be chasing something like this. They've actually chased over 300 plus scores, which you can pretty much see 377 against Sri Lanka, and that's not too far. When you look at in terms of time, it was 2015. Then you've got 342, the famous 342, which is exactly within this year against Sri Lanka at Galle. So just in terms of, when you look at a target and you think, right, over 300 runs, but it has been done before.
Yeah, I mean, cricketers, sportsmen, they always draw on the positives wherever they can. So you look as an individual for your high scores to give you confidence. You look as a team for your high chases to give you confidence. England will look at it the other way, which is those things come around not every game. It's not every day you get 340 to win a game. It takes skill. It takes a bit of luck. It takes just that little something to get to those sort of targets. I mean, sometimes, let's face it, 200 is tough. So England, I think, have the advantage something like 60 to 40. That's my sort of percentage rating at the moment. But as Vikas says, if a partnership develops, say Pakistan gets through the morning without losing any wickets or just the odd one, then England will know they're running out of time. Pakistan can then maybe adjust the pace of the innings
Right.
too.
Time to hear from the experts on expert predictions.
Expert prediction brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Vakar, I'm going to keep it very simple. Who's going to be winning?
It's not that simple.
Just your opinion.
Look, I think it's, I know David given it 60-40. I would say 40-40 and 20. I will give 20 to the draw also. So it's pretty even. So if Pakistan loses a wicket, they might put the shutters down.
Okay, pretty even. And we've heard from David already.
Yep.
David,
Yep.
60-40 is what you said, England, Pakistan. And yeah, that was the expert predictions for you.
Expert prediction brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Well, it's always a pleasure having these gentlemen in the studio. I can tell you that that first session is going to be extremely crucial today. Don't go anywhere because we've got all the live action planned for you. It's Pakistan taking on England on day 5 of this test match, and we're here live at the Rawalpindi Cricket Ground.